Okay, 1964 here. Again, a video going through the racing from today, March 23rd, through to Sunday, March 29th. Races of interest. Start at Kempton today. We have handicap chase at over 3 miles and at 50 yards. An interesting thing here is you can see here the distances, and there's some negative distances. I've not seen that before in a race. All the times I've seen race distance going up, but very rarely see them go down. There's a mixture here, and you can see if race 1 goes down by 20 yards, race 2 down by 8 yards. So this race actually, though itself, actually goes up by 50 yards, if 4 or 5 what I'm talking of here. And also, at the end of the card, I'm saying it's a sort of 100 chase season here, over 2 miles, 4 furlongs, 150 yards. Again, increase there of 40 yards. Same that Wincanton have a race that slightly confused me here. Queen Elizabeth and Queen Mother Military Amateur Jockey's Handicap Hurdle. A 1 mile, 7 furlongs and 50 yards. I was really wild to one in Wincanton. I couldn't remember if it was normally round there or not. It's actually normally around Sandown, but Sandow's meeting was abandoned, so they've transferred to another jockey club course in Wincanton. The Sandown race started as a hunter chase in 2003, before in 2016 becoming a handicap hurdle instead. I assume it was just a transference there. Wincanton also has the Jim Morgan and Ronnie Stephenson Royal Handicap Hurdle for the Jim Morgan and Ronnie Stephenson Royal Trophy over 2 miles 3 furlongs, 179 yards. I have absolutely no information actually about Ronnie Stevens. Sadly, it appears maybe they both died this year, because I don't know. There's not a race I can find which already existed. Jim Morgan, as possibility here, I'm pretty certain he's the same Jim Morgan who last year in Froome as an agriculture and cheese show, also in Somerset. So I think it's more on a coincidence perhaps there that you got the Jim Morgan Memorial Perpetual Trophy, and also in Gloucestershire, which is close enough to Somerset to maybe be the same person as the Jim Morgan Trophy in the Hawkesbury show. So that's all I can tell you about that. Wednesday at Hexham. The Hexham Marathon Chase has been transferred for another meeting. So 3 miles, 7,109 yards. Quite a few circuits of Hexham, that one. And then also the Wincanton Park's 80th handicap hurdle over 2 miles, 4 furlongs and 28 yards. Wednesday evening back at Kempton, this time on the flat. There's a meeting I originally didn't take any notice of until I realised there's certain horses called Constitution Hill will be running in this, and he'll be running in effectively 1 mile and a half race, and a yard short of that. So we'll see how he gets on there, and we'll see whether there's any hopes of progressing to list and never mind group racing. We'll see how he should. He's the best rated horse in the race there. There's quite a horse slightly closely behind him. Westman somewhere back. So he'll have to win well again, I think, to be seen as possible future flat horse. I think, as I've said before, I think he was right to do a time of hurdles because something was badly wrong. I don't blame Nicholas de Boinville at all. I think there was something wrong with the horse, bluntly, and it's jumping. There's arguments like he's the hurdles, but we'll be up for hurdles apparently, help other horses, so you can't just change hurdles back again just because the Constitution Hill, despite certain things that, say, Matt Chapman might be saying. Thursday at Warwick, we have a Challenger Staying Series final here, over exactly 3 miles. On Friday at Fontwell, it's Emma Smith and Western Chase Series final, handicap over 2 miles, 3 furlongs, 104 yards. My local track Newcastle, a good chance to turn up to this meeting. I plan to possibly do something in the evening as well, unrelated. There's no it's an evening meeting actually, because I'm going to get to some sort of techno, side transferring to the Globe in the west, just a little bit west of the Newcastle Central Station. The starts at 9. Last race is 8:30, so unfortunately I won't get there for start. There's going to be quite a few hours of this event, so I'm going to. So it's not too bad, this meeting. It looks like it'll be a Friday night live meeting. And the 4 races of note here are handicap stakes over just over 6 furlongs, another handicap over just over a mile, 1 over 7 furlongs, 14 yards, and the final handicap over 5 furlongs, all 4-year plus races. 28th at Doncaster, the Lincoln handicap transferred over from the old Lincolnshire racecourse in the mid-60s, is why it's called the Lincoln. Those days it was officially called the Lincolnshire handicap, and basically when it went to Doncaster it changed it officially to call it the Lincoln. Obviously a very valuable flat handicap, but made first a major race of the year. Start though with a very famous 2-year-old race of Bucklesbury Stake over 5 furlongs. You have a Cammage Trophy, again a long-term listed race over just over 6 furlongs. The Spring Mile of very valuable handicap. Doncaster Mile listed race. Yet again back at Kempton, a meeting I went to a few years ago now. The main race here being with Rosebery handicap over effectively 1 mile 3 furlongs. Very valuable handicap. Some other decent racing though here as well. Queen Prize handicap stake over fraction under 2 miles. The Snowblock Filly Stakes is again one of the I saw when I went to Kempton for this meeting. That's over exactly 1 mile. The Filly Consistent Stakes are over for freeholds only, also over a mile, and another mile race is another freehold race, this time a condition stakes. Stratford, a couple of birthday races here, and a wedding race, shall we say, with the Richard 60th birthday celebration Mare's Novice Hurdle race over a fraction over 2 miles, with a happy 70th birthday Steve Parsons handicap steeplechase over 2 miles 6,125 yards. And well done to Luca and Michaela getting through the first year after their wedding. And there's a selling here hurdle there for 2 miles 2 furlongs and 148 yards. Sunday meeting in Ascot, some good racing again here. We have a maiden hurdle over 2 miles 3 furlongs 63 yards. A handicap chase over 2 miles 513 yards. A pretty valuable juvenile handicap hurdle race over 1 mile 7,157 yards. Handicap steeplechase over 2 miles 172 yards. And a veterans race over 2 miles 7,185 yards. Back at Doncaster, start with an amateur jockey's flat race over a mile. And also a couple of pretty valuable races here. A handicap over 1 mile 2 furlongs 43 yards. And a 6 furlong handicap.